Hello my fellow supports, HotRod08 here, and welcome to Support Tier List for patch 8.16, where I cover the statistics of who the top 5 best supports are for each patch, as well as going over what champion has climbed the most in win rate from the last patch. Now before we get into the video, just to give you the heads up, this week's support game review entries are now open. If you'd like to submit one of your games to possibly be reviewed this coming up Monday, click the link at the top right corner for all the information you will need. Also, these statistics are based on Platinum above players, and I'm only covering support champions that have at least a 1% play rate in the support role for this current patch. Now let's get started. Kicking off this tier list, in 5th place we have Zilean with a win rate of 51.47%. Now with the meta switching to less damage and more tankiness, this gives Zilean a chance to survive the laning phase and scale a bit into the game. Zilean has a really interesting win rate spike between 20 and 25 minutes into the game, winning 54.49% of his games ended at that time. If you take the time to learn Zilean, he statistically is very rewarding with a win rate above 54% as long as you have over 50 plus games played on him. If you want to try out a niche support who is very rewarding once learned, you should definitely take a look into Zilean. In 4th place, we have Alistar with a win rate of 51.53%. Again, with damage falling overall within the game, and it being the beginnings of a tank meta, Alistar fits right in. With a win rate above 52.5% before 25 minutes into the game, Alistar is rather strong earlier in the game, but is also a consistent pick throughout the game, only falling below a 50% win rate after 40 minutes into the game. If you want to play a tanky, CC war machine that can carry a game on his back within the right hands, Alistar is a good choice to look into. In 3rd place, we have Leona, with a win rate of 51.65%. Now between Leona just receiving buffs, as well as the meta shifting towards tanks, it's very unsurprising to see her doing so well now. This is even more prevalent when you see that her win rate increased 1.37% just within one patch. Leona is very good at snowballing a lead as well, having a really nice 54.50% win rate before 20 minutes into the game. If you like playing all-in supports who have a lot of survivability and good burst damage built into their kit, Leona is a very good choice to look into. In 2nd place, we have Nami with a win rate of 53.11%. Now, Nami has been in this tier list for many patches at this point, and the reason is how consistent and reliable of a pick she can be. With a win rate of 53% until after 30 minutes into the game, and a win rate that never dips below 51% throughout the entire game, you can see just how reliable of a pick she can be if you know how to utilize her. If you want a jack of all trades and channel support who is very reliable in all sorts of matchups, Nami is a great choice for you to look into. And coming in 1st place, we have Sona at the top of this list with a win rate of 53.12%. Now, as opposed to all of the other supports on this list, Sona requires some time to scale into the game before she can take over, and since games are starting to snowball less and scale up more now, Sona fits nicely into the meta. With abysmal 42.56% win rate before 20 minutes into the game, you can see just how vulnerable of an early game Sona can have, but if you can scale up a bit, Sona has an above 54% win rate after 25 minutes into the game. If you like enchanters who like playing for the team fights as opposed to the laning phases, Sona is a great pickup for you in this patch. Lastly, we'll hit up on the champion who has risen the most in this patch, and that honor goes to Thresh, who has risen 6 positions. Now with damage being lowered from runes and it shifting towards tank favored champions, I think it really helped Thresh become a better bully in the early game. It's crazy to see him rise this much as well, since he has the number 1 play rate out of all supports, being played in a crazy 11% of all games currently. With a win rate above 53% after playing 50 plus games on Thresh, he can be very rewarding once learned as well. If you want to play an all-in support who has a good amount of flexibility built into his kit, Thresh might very well be worth the pickup for you. And that's it for the support tier list for patch 8.16. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I feature support-focused League of Legends content that I release on a weekly basis and would love your support. I've also started streaming on YouTube on Mondays and Thursdays from 7 PM to 10 PM Eastern Standard Time. If you want to learn how to play the game from a Diamond support player and have your questions answered live, I would love to see you in the streams. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, it really helps me out, and hit that notification bell next to the subscribe button to keep up with the latest content that I release. If you're enjoying my content and want to consider supporting the channel, head over to my Patreon. There you can enjoy perks such as early releases of some of my videos, having me look at your op.gg and giving you suggestions, and having your name shout out at the end of my videos like these lovely people here who are already contributing to the channel. Rather than that, you guys have a great day today. Thanks much.